we are not them, we are not the general herd or whatever, we're different from them.
For such a long time, everybody's been trying to get, like, what the punk thing is, like, what they want to say across through the media, and nobody's done it, right?
We need our own radio station, for one thing. We need our own laws.
You can't convince the older people because their brains are already fucked.
Well, some, but then some of the young kids' brains are fucked too, right? This is a question of, like, if you take some young wise person that grow into an old wise person, and, like, take some young idiot and grow up to be an old idiot, right?
You can't change systems overnight. And our part within that system isn't to change anything, even though we'd like to, but it has to be everybody trying to change something. One person can't stand up on a mountain and preach.
The big thing about the punk theme is that it's not really controlled by any one person or any one group. It's more of an individualistic thing.
It's up to us, right? For sure. We gotta get it together. You know, get our own shit together.
The whole punk scene started to attract a bunch of geeks who thought our resistance ideals were an excuse to get into a fight and prove their own masculinity and whatever.
Or insecurity.
It's all a bunch of fucking garbage, man. It's all a fucking bunch of bullshit. And that's all he has to say about it.
We have to protect our ideals against, you know, people who come in and tread on our toes and say what we're doing is wrong. We have to keep saying to ourselves, this is right.
I mean, you can change slightly to fit in with wherever you are, to suit whatever it is, but I mean, you're always yourself, you always know that you are, you know? If you're a punk, I mean, you just know it, right?
So this is a movement. It can be a movement. If we don't get it together, no one will.
what the hippies did was that they tried to change the world through pacifism and love, and the thing that they were best noted for was getting the shit kicked out of them by cops and yahoos, you know. I mean, it would have been a great thing to go through if it really did, you know. Well, they brought that around some changes, but I guess we're too malcontent to settle for them. They sort of petered out that point of history, and in a way we sort of took up where they left off.
There's a whole new generation of punks coming out. There's new young suburban punks.
At first, when everybody was dressing really raunchy and people were scared of us and didn't know what we were, and so they were beating us up, right? And we just went, hey, we just want to be individuals. Hey, we're just different, right? Don't beat us up.
They lust Corvettes and they envy punks because we're free. We don't have to play their game.
A lot of people, I'm not saying that that's something that they recognize. A lot of people will see that and say, oh, we're not envious, we don't fear you and we don't envy you. But why do they come out with needless violence against us? I mean, I don't understand violence against what we do.
Some suburban person with long hair and jeans and Van Halen on the back sort of didn't know what was happening here tonight, and he said punk sucks to sort of a few people in the park, and well, this was his radio.
You know, most of the great things that went down through civilization, the people who were in the forefront of great inventions and great philosophies were always shunned in their time. They were always thought of as heretics or fanatics.
Well, God, Socrates was a punk, certainly. I mean, to go around asking such annoying questions of people and forcing them to think. Yeah. I mean, God, they poisoned them for that, didn't they? What's going to happen to us?
I like the bands as they come along. They're a good mixture, and I enjoy the punk music the best of all. And why? It's something lively. There's something lively about it, and there's a lot of energy in it.
Question things that happen around you. You find on a business level, people, even in the music business, the people who run the record labels and all that, they don't want to hear you question things like that. Punk music got successful because it was a novelty item. It was novel to hear somebody spout off like a fanatic about not liking this and not liking that. And for a while it becomes a media thing where the media thought, isn't this quaint listening to these people babble about not liking this and not liking that, and they go and they hit each other, and when they dance, some of the people end up getting cut and they're bruised and all that, and they think, oh, isn't this primal and animalistic?
We dance, it's pretty intense, right?
It's a relief of tension.
You ever get hurt?
Oh yeah. Bruises, nothing more.
Look at his stuff. Look at this.
Friendly tussles with friends. It's better than killing somebody on the street.
If I could only write what I'm feeling, I'd place the blame on everyone who done me
sure to sing it's just a song. So for me, hey. Liquor store, but it closed about an hour before. I'm running home. I didn't bring stream. If I could only write what I'm thinking, I'm curious. And strange seas creeping up on me. Secretly, but sympathy ain't what I need. Oh, 'cause you don't feel so for me. Hey, I'm running on. There's a tree. I'm running on. There's a tree.
Asia's brain The page is funny. The page is in a plastic bag on your face. You're so cool, hanging out. Sipping glue is the only thing. Now you're high, huffing fumes. You're gonna go and start some queers. Yes, in again. You got glue bags stuck on your face. You could get killed in Regent Park. You could get killed in Regent Park. Now the fuse has lost your mind. Your sanity is quite questionable. Hear this out, wild eye, looking to kill someone tonight. You could get killed in Regent Park. Ah! Ah! I need some cleansing after that. It's some fucking glue. Bastard. You got a buck. You got anything? You shall.
Walking on the streets. You're walking late at night. It's 4 against 1. And I'm seeing
I don't think it's so much an attempt to change society. It's just, well, the only extent that I would want to change society is just so the rest of society leaves me alone.
We look different because it's against society. We don't want to look like everybody else. We don't want to look like secretaries and businessmen, you know? Like, fuck that. I mean, they're all robots. That's what they are. They're all...
A lot of people think punks are criminals because of drugs, because of, violence, because of, robberies. I mean, anything.
As soon as you become a punk, you automatically become a scapegoat for everything that happens. They blame everything that happens, like vandalism or anything like that. They blame it on us people.
Well, this is an anti-police harassment rally, but what's also significant is there's a lot of punks here because the punks have been really being harassed lately. Like as last weekend at the Turning Point, there was a gig that happened. There were just police all over the place. There was something like told probably about 35 policemen there, and so people thought that this would be a good time to get together and show the police that we didn't really like what was going on.
It's not a very comforting feeling knowing that I can't walk down Yonge Street, Queen Street, or even come here and not be harassed.
Walking down the street, I go right up there. They're telling everybody to stay out of the way. You get hurt, well, it's not their fault. Didn't move, it's aggravated assault. Got your fun, you know they're watching you. But they're just what they're tells you to do. Saying that so that makes them goth. Don't fuck with the police, it's aggravating assault. Do something wrong, they'll take it close to you. Better do what they're gonna tell you to do. Don't need a reason when they're clad in blue. Fuck the police. They're the real criminals when they're on the street. Some law will made passively. Split the sidewalk, then they give you that cause. And you're a victim. Aggravated assault! Now you're forced in the rolls of blow. Then out of the sour skills will be on you. Do something wrong. You're caught. Fuck with the police. Aggravated assault. Now the real criminals when they're on the street. Don't touch them when they pass on the beat. Spit on the sidewalk. Give them a cause. Smash you up. Aggravated assault!
Well, what they're trying to do is intimidate people, and it's not intimidating me at all. Like, it's a little bit hairy every once in a while if you got, in a corner with a policeman and, they throw you around the washroom at the turning point for a little while or something like that, or they come wandering into your house with sledgehammers and proceed to tear it apart, and, they're all armed and things like that. But if you let the police get you down, then they'll always keep you down. And then if you're not, they'll just make you do nothing. So I'm not somebody who just wants to sit around and do nothing, so I'm not going to let them get to me. There's just no way.
You could write any lie you wanted about me, and I wouldn't give a fuck. Come on, Slag, let's go. Go get him!
Go on. Come on, let's go, dude. Let's go, Slag. Up the stairs.
Behave.
Hot shot! This is stop! Dogs pulling up his shield up! Hot shot! Stop! Big shot! Big shot! Let's go! Corvette lost! Tom Canby! Plastic money! Dirty slime! You dirty slime! Oh, that's the inside! Not like that! Do it like this! Be like me! Fuck you! This is system! Fuck this system! Fuck you! Fucking business scum! Let's go, dog! Dirty dog! Dog's too good for you! You think you're so fucking good? Too good for anyone! Ours like flavors like, I see what else in blue! Blow what? Blow you! Fucking business scum!
Tolerate is what we do. Coping is what the society does.
Yes, because they have to cope.
Yeah.
But we choose to tolerate.
Society tries to cope with us, but we have to tolerate them. Write it on the wall. Where's my marker?
The song next week.
Yeah.
It's very easy. We're survivalists no matter what happens. We're on welfare. We eat out of the garbage. We have breakfast at the Scott Mission. We get credit all over the fucking place that we can't pay.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need any money. There's no need for money in society, really. in a
Not when
way.
somebody pays your rent and the food's free. What else is there?
I'll show him the fridge.
Bob.
Bob the
Open
fridge.
up Bob.
Bob tells a big story.
Our shopkeeper around the corner gave us some rabbits, rabbit skins, rabbit everything's, entrails, everything. So we got rabbit fetuses. And we keep them in the freezer because someone's going to make an earring out of them one day. And other than that,
Every Saturday, about 8 o'clock, when all the stores close. 8:30. Okay, at 8:30 we go out. But at 8 o'clock the stores close. They put out all their garbage for the night because it's not going to stay until Monday.
And we go shopping.
And we go shopping. We take our little baskets and our little red wagons and our bicycles and our dogs. And the dogs sniff out all the little pieces of meat.
They find us the meat.
Yeah.
We find the vegetables.
Yeah, because we know what vegetables look like and they don't like them.
this ain't the mission, this ain't dogs, this ain't the...
Everything we got, we get out of the garbage. Because, like, we live off other people's waste. Even our Scott Mission food is just waste of the industry. The industry can't push it fast enough, so they give it to the Scott Mission and we eat it.
They're gonna throw it out anyways.
So we might as well eat it.
It's garbage in reality.
Yeah, and a lot of people have really gotten to the point where they can't understand that. Like, we're getting things out of the garbage, we're not stealing.
See, the whole idea is they assume that to live like we do, we must be adopting a criminal lifestyle, but we aren't adopting a criminal lifestyle because we don't have to really get into crime to do anything. I mean, we don't have to rob banks to finance our operation. So it doesn't really make much difference to us because we got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not afraid of what they can do to us because they can't do anything to us, short of kill us, and even still then. They is them. Them is a generalization of fucking anyone who isn't us. We are us, they are them. Fuck them. Don't fuck with us.
Come on, Sly. Sit.
Stay.
Stay there.
Stay.
Stay
Ask
there.
Frank to welcome you.
Hey, Frank.
Send money.
There were.
So how long do you think before you guys get finished?
This
Not
is so
long.
gross.
This is
This
so
is
gross.
gross.
It's gonna
Look at
be
the taste.
real quick. It's like dog food.
Don't
Are you
listen to
eating it?
these wimps. They're just not used to it.
Hey, they're gonna take people? You just ain't hungry enough, eh?
Hey, baby, wanna make some cash? Get off your legs and make a dash. What's dash? Dash for cash. Cut off your legs, say it's for a good cause. Get all that cash in your greedy paws and let's dash. Dash for cash. Hey, baby, you know I'm Terry Fox. I got cancer, I got chicken pox. Let's dash. Dash for cash. Cut off your legs, say it's for a good cause. Get all that cash in your greedy paws and let's dash. Dash for cash. Whalen!
Things like with the punks and things as them creating their own culture, like that's a form of direct action where, people are, they want entertainment, so they create their own entertainment. They want to put out records, they put out their own records. You're not relying on all this, huge corporate structure around us. We're doing it ourselves and things.
Nobody really wants to work. Or no one wants to conform to what the government says.
I'm planning on a career as a bum.
We live on our own. We make our own money within our own little circle. We generate what we can to survive.
I got myself a part-time job though. Sewing lace and elastic onto kinky underwear.
Hey, baby, you know I'm Terry Fox. I got cancer, I got chicken pox. Let's dash. Dash for cash. Cut
comment. Yeah. By your permission. One total fucking sick.
Where's my dog?
Dead. Guy took a knife to him. He got hungry.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to have any responsibility yet. I mean, there's certain responsibilities I have to myself, yeah. But I don't have to have any responsibilities yet. Responsibilities for when you're 20 and you have other people to be responsible for. I don't have anybody to be responsible for but for myself.
For me, I live at home, but I don't go to school. But for me not to have a curfew, I have to go to school and I have to be responsible around house. But that's fine because you can't have everything for yourself. You have to give too, you know? And that's cool. My parents agreed to that. I just got to find a school to go to and then everything's fine.
Like, why does she want to make my life so difficult? What have I done that's so bad, you know? Like, she could have I mean, I'm not saying this bad or anything, but she could have, like, a junkie or a prostitute or a fucking car thief or something for a daughter, you know? And all I fucking did was split home and like, this whole life that she condoned for me, she's nurtured it, she liked it, you know? She taught it to me practically, and then she decided that I couldn't do it anymore, you know? Like, my mother's great. Like, she is a really great mother, and she always was, and I don't know. Like, maybe I got beat up in the subway, right? And that was the turning point for it all. My mother just decided that I was out too late and things weren't too cool, right? And then I mean, I can understand that. She just freaked out and decided that she didn't want to pick me up in a body bag from the morgue, right? Like, that's understandable. She's my mother, but she did it in spades, you know? She went overboard, and that didn't make any sense to me. And she doesn't understand, like, I'm 14 years old. Like, I can't just totally change my lifestyle and give up all my friends. Like, with my kid's just gonna be like, yeah, you can have your freedom, but if you fuck up, then it gets taken away for a while. Like, freedom should mean something. Like, I never knew how much freedom and friends were important to me until they locked me up. I don't have to worry about anybody else, you know? It's just me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll be home for tea, Mom.
Okay, something fucking intelligent!
You can call you Snag from now on. And here she is, the king groupie, V-I-A-C-T, via cock tease. Smiles, grabs you, sits on your knee, but he'll never suck your dick.
No, it's only you, Steve.
Doesn't matter. I didn't want herpes anyways.
I do. I gotta live with them anyway. I might as well get them.
I mean, that's what I hate. That's what I hate the most, is that girls who fuck around are sluts and guys who fuck around are studs, and that doesn't make any sense to me, because guys get like a pat on the back for it, you know? Ah, fuck, I scored 3 girls last week, all right, you know?
And when that happens to us, we get considered sluts. You know?
You tell me, man. That doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, anybody in the world can call me a cock tease. I don't care. What the fuck? I'd rather be a cock tease than a slut. Any day.
I love thee, Wilma, with hair like silk, lips like cherries, skin like milk, your shell-like ears, your dainty hands, your eyes as black as frying pans. You may be a peach, my love. Together, we're a pair.
you're sweet, you're nice, you're paradise, and all kinds of stuff like that.
Shit,
There.
you take it easy.
Yeah!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ann Gray, and my husband Joe.
We're proud to perform this sermon tonight. The way Janet Daly and Lynn Clayton. We have known Janet for 3 or 4 years, and we have known Lynn for a couple of years. But I can assure you that those two people are deeply in love, and that's the best ingredient for a happy marriage. And a good one. So with those words, I will say to you, Lynn Clayton, you take Janet Daly to be your lawfully wedded wife.
I do.
And you, Janet Daly, you take Lynn Clayton to be your lawfully wedded husband.
I do.
Thanks.
I hope the wedding is going to be blessed with a large family.
You sure didn't tell you the true story. I've been married to this character for 39 years. I must say, it was always a pleasure. Sometimes it was difficult. I could overlook all that because a marriage is based on love and trust. And if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. That's exactly where I feel. There's two young people in love.
It's already read out.
You know?
You missed it?
In love. This is what life is all about. Don't worry about tomorrow, because we're not going to change the goddamn rotten government. We're not going to change anything. We've got to make just life for you, me, and everybody else.
Hallelujah.
You know?
Praise the Lord.
Playing hardcore grunge, they say no wrong compositions, and punks on a short band. They had no musical ability, but thought they would go far. There's a little accountability to their downfall. And the one on the right was, on the left and the one in the middle was, on the right and the one on the left was, in the middle the guy in the rear was a nihilist. But the curtain had ascended, shouting from the crowd. Thousands they were gathered, the punks on a short band. They took their part seriously, night of the concert hall. The giants stood hysterically, had a for all. The one on the right was, in the middle and the one in the middle was, on the right and the one on the left was, in the middle the guy in the rear. For his driver's license, I did it backwards.
history changes, like societies change. Like this one's going to fall and something will take its place. Hopefully it's something better.
Democracy's a farce. No such thing. Ask any cop.
Government doesn't really know what to do right now. Like, they're all lost.
I don't understand a society that won't do what's best for you.
No, honest to God, get the thing on. I'm telling you, I'll rip your fucking arm out.
Leave the fucking room. Tell him to leave the room. Conformity is the cradle of boredom.
Revolution? Well, like, that's just like garbage. That's like, 18th century thinking.
You guys got anything to say? It's important.
Yeah, don't fucking film me when I'm taking a piss. For fuck's sake. Anarchy and peace, all right?
A lot of anarchist philosophy is great in theory, but when it comes right down to fucking doing it, people simply aren't that responsible yet.
Amongst the punks, anarchy is just a trendy thing.
Talk minus action equals zero.
The government's not threatened by anything we do, because if we were any threat to them, they have the strength to shut anybody down at any time.
Anarchy, oh shit, that doesn't work. It could never work.
Goddamn New Year, I think government repression and poor social change.
I think, like, welcome to 1984, and I'm ready for the Third World War, even if it starts in my own backyard.
When am I having sex?
We're all gonna die. I know.
It's all lies. Everything you hear is lies. Everything is lies.
Lies
It's all
available
lies.
everywhere. Question everything. It's all lies.
I think the new year will bring an end to world starvation by the reintroduction of cannibalism throughout the world.
I don't know. I got nothing to say. We'll probably be hit by a nuclear war any fucking day now.
What do you think's gonna happen in the new year? What? Everything's gonna happen in the new year.
Oh, in the new year! Fuck, I think a bomb's gonna go off any fucking minute!
Back to world peace and that's the wild future. Going back to my show fight. Back to our place, you got that same line right in the six. Yeah, we'll fight. My right, not free. My right, not a god. My right, we'll fight. My right. That's the god of the better tell you not see on here. That's you. That's your being the best fair play. But yes, we should fight. My right, we'll fight. My right, not the free. My right, not the god. We'll fight. My right. Sorry, great draft, grand, what the uniform. Get to my feet. Black, screw up, go to the front. That's my view. That's generation. My right, we'll fight. My right, we'll not God. My right, we'll fight. Mighty right. Might ain't right. We'll fight. My right, not free. My right, not God. My right, we'll fight. My right.
In the next 60 seconds, your life before your eyes. The blinding white light screams through the sky. D is for death, and it's D-Day today. It's apocalypse now with no time to pray. The survivors are the rich with the power. 0 for the victims who die within an hour. All they care about is their fucking profit. Let's start another war and make some money off it. In the dawn, the generals will have their feast. Barbecued bodies with the smell of victory.
Gorging on the flesh, hiding in the shelter, toasting with innocent's blood, inventor of the modern hell.
If there is going to be a war, I'd sooner be out hopping in the woods with my own gun. Personally, I don't give a fuck for Canada. I couldn't give a damn for this country. I wouldn't fight for it. I wouldn't fight for Western capitalism or Russian communism. I just want to live through the whole shit, pal. They're going to drop the bombs in the cities, fine. I'll be out in some woodlands going, oops. But I want to live, that's it.
I wouldn't trust the other countries if there was like a nuclear freeze. I mean, if you could get everybody to say, okay, we're going to stop using nuclear arms, I don't think you'd ever do that. I think that they'd keep building up and we'd keep building up silently. Because what would we do, man? Like we have a nuclear arms freeze in the States, and then like 20 years down the line, Russia knocks on the door and says, okay, well, surrender or we're going to blow the fuck out of you because we've got this much more weapons than you do. And what are you going to do?
As long as you want to try to live your ideals, to live what you feel, then there's always hope. There's always hope that there will be enough people who feel the same way you do, who can fight the government, and maybe we can get change.
What are you saying out there to those people?
To those people?
Yeah, to all of them.
To loosen up, man.
Yeah.
That life, you've got to laugh in life, damn it. It's not, the media is trying to fuck us all up. It's trying to make us go like, we're all gonna die, nuclear bomb. Who cares, man? We're gonna die anyway.
How about an obituary for the punk culture or whatever?
God save us from ourselves.
Oh.